Welcome! This is the Take Heart supplies video. It has information about the supplies needed for Take Heart, a spiritual art journaling course. If you've just signed up, welcome! I can't wait to meet you. And if you're wondering if there's any room in any upcoming courses, I will keep the link in the description box of this video updated for you. So the first supply that you need for this art journaling class is, surprise, an art journal. I am going to show you two options that I have. So this first art journal that I'm flipping through is the one that I will be using for the tutorials. And as you can see, it is not spiral bound, which means you can create across both pages with no interruption. Maybe my only complaint is that it doesn't lie completely flat. This is my spiral bound art journal, and as you can see, it's almost completely full. And sometimes when creating, I am distracted by, the spiral bound aspect in the middle. But as you can see, when it's complete, it's really not that distracting to the eye, and you can see the design across both pages, no problem. And the other thing that I like about this one is that it lays flat. So there are pros and cons to each journal. So the next thing I'm going to do is show that you really do only need two colors of paint that get you excited to paint. So I thought these two colors looked great together. And then you need a white and a black. And I really am hopeful that you will not spend a lot of money with the supplies you have to get for this course, so please use what you already have. But if you literally don't have any acrylic paint at all, then this is what you should do. Get a white and a black, and then two colors that you think look cool together. And I'm going to show you how just having those four acrylic paints can still give you a lot of different options. Let's start with this apple red color, and I will show you what I mean that you have so many options available just from the four colors I have to my right. I'm going to take this red color that I chose, paint a swatch on the page, and then I'm going to add some white. And adding white, I'm changing the tint. And look, now I have a pink color, so that's where a lot of pastels come from, just adding white and changing the tint. Now I'm going to mix that red color with some black, and you will see that that changes its shade, and it makes this beautiful burgundy color. And then if I wanted to, I could even get a fourth color out of this by mixing together the black and the white to make gray, and then mixing that with red, and that would change its tone. And so with just black and white, you can change the tint, the shade, and the tone of any of the colors that you start with. And so you can see I'm going to do the same exact thing with my blue color here. And the other cool thing is that this is a pretty cool background that I could use for an art journal page. So you could do the same thing, play around with the colors that you have and see what they make. And now I'm also going to mix my red and my blue and get a really fun purple color. And now, using this new purple that I've created, I'm going to repeat the process and get even more colors. And then on top of all of these that I've put on the page, we also just have pure black and pure white. So the exciting thing is that when it's time to art journal, you can pull out these four colors and have all of these options available to you as you create your page. So the next thing I want to show you, one of the stars of the show, is matte medium. And matte medium is a glue. So you only need one type of glue for this course. Again, please use what you have. Matte medium works, and that's what I'll be using in the videos, but so would Mod Podge, and honestly, so would Elmer's glue or glue sticks. So you use what you want to use. I want to show you one of the tricks that I do with matte medium and tissue paper. When you use matte medium and tissue paper, you'll see that you can see through, it's translucent, and you just get any of the designs on the tissue paper on top of the paint. And you're gonna also want to start saving any collage elements from magazines, from gifts, tissue paper, napkins. Just start saving little things that you would want to use in your art journal, like this piece of tissue paper here. So the next thing I want to show you is the Stabilo ALI. This is the one thing that is not acrylic. It's actually water soluble. So sometimes I'll call it the Stabilo ALI in the video. Sometimes I'll call it the water soluble pencil. And this is actually something that when you sign up for the course, I will send to you because it's one of my favorite supplies. So you can use it just like a pencil and draw. Mine is really dull right now. You can obviously sharpen it, and this is what it looks like. But probably my favorite part is if you just take a paintbrush and you wet the end of it. Because this is water activated, you put that paintbrush on and the marks come alive. They get darker, and you can also use the paintbrush to shade. As you can see, you can use it to draw more. It's almost like it's a black watercolor. And so I love this pencil, and without giving too much away, I'm also going to show you that it works in wet paint and it would work in that wet matte medium. So it's something that's really, really fun to use in layering on all of my art journal pages. And so I'm just forgetting I'm filming a video here and having fun making some designs, and the Stabilo ALI is always an inspiration to me, and I always get excited to start to use it. And you can see where it hits the wet paint, it gets dark just like it does when the water hits it. So now I'm going to just show you some of the optional supplies. You do not need to buy these things, but I will use them in the video for some of my pages. This first thing is gesso. I will often use gesso in place of a white paint, and I will also often use gesso to prime my journal pages. Gesso is ground acrylic medium, and so all that does is when I put it down on the paper, it adds some grit and some texture so that the paint has something to stick to and doesn't just immediately get soaked into the paper on the pages. And so you will see me use gesso over on the right a little bit just to show you that it's also just like a white paint, almost with a chalky finish. So I use matte medium as my glue all the time, with one exception. This is matte gel, and I use matte gel when my collage element is thicker and harder to glue down. You can see that's kind of like a cardboard material, and so the matte gel is a gel and it's a lot thicker. You can see that, and that's what I use to glue down things that I want to stay exactly where I put them and things that I don't want to wrinkle up at all. So that's what I use the matte gel for, and you'll see me use it sometimes in the course, but I do not think that it's necessary when you're just getting started. So the final thing that I want to show you is my charcoal pencil, which I sometimes use instead of my Stabilo ALI pencil. And the charcoal pencil here, it comes in different hardnesses, so it is hard and soft and extra soft. And so this is the soft, so you can see what it looks like under the Stabilo ALI that's been darkened. And this is what I use it for. I use it to shade, and I smudge it out just like I'm showing you here. So all this is another option for a pencil, and this is also not acrylic, so it is something that when you get water or paint on top of it, it will smudge it a little bit. but I'm just showing you what it looks like on the dry page. The final thing that is optional is this white jelly roll pen. These things are so fun because, as you see, it can write on top of anything. And so I use this a lot to add little designs and make my marks on my art journal pages. And so you can see me finding a dry spot of paint to just show you how fun it is to use this to add embellishments on your art journal pages. Again, I am so excited to be running this course. This is something that I enjoy so much, and so I cannot wait to meet you. I can't wait to see what you're gonna do with your supplies. I hope this makes you excited for your own art journal. And if you're not signed up for a course but you're interested, feel free to ask any questions in the comments or to check the link that's in the description. Thank you so much. Bye.